Hello friends and welcome to my channel. Today we are planning out the week of September 9th through the 15th. I am using this AppleBlossomPrintsCo kit. I am not sure what it's called, but it's on the screen there. I just can't read it, my bad. We're already off to a good start with this one, friends, but the second this art came out, I knew I had to rearrange my fall September lineup. Because this week I went to a concert and it was a band that I don't want to say finally got to see because I've seen them once before, but finally got to see again that has a song that's very significant in my life. We'll get to that in a minute, and this was the art I chose to use for it. Then I do have this foil bundle from Alicia Crafts. I'm not sure if this is foiled or before she had black foil. Either way, I used it as is. I just thought it just went with the vibes of the kit, and I had it on hand. I didn't want to have to wait for foil to come in the mail to do this art because it took long enough to get the kit. Not that it was the shop's fault. It was just the way the art, how late the art came out, and I knew it. I'm over explaining. I really am. So yes, this is why I use this kit. So the band I got to see this week is Something Corporate. I haven't seen Something Corporate probably since 2009, 2010 at Bamboozle Left. If any of you remember the two Bamboozle festivals they used to do, let me know. Or if you know Something Corporate, love. It's a band with Andrew McMahon in it. He also is in Jack's Mannequin, and he has his own solo stuff as well. Love him. Fantastic performer. Hilarious. It was at the Ryman. At one point, he was climbing over the pews. At one point, he ran upstairs and got locked on the balcony. Just all over the place. Such a great time. But that being said, they have multiple songs that have really impacted my life. And I was looking at the set list ahead of time, and I figured they were going to play one, but the other wasn't on any of their set lists, and they ended up playing it, which they didn't play that song when I saw them the first time, and I almost cried, which sounds ridiculous, but there's that. And then the other song they ended with is just the best energy in my life. If you have been around on this channel since my boyfriend Jordan and I, who were dated 6.5 years, broke up, let me know. I want to know if you're one of the OG. But the song is called If You See Jordan, and like the main chorus is if you see Jordan, he makes me sick, and like that's like the main lyrics. But then at the last chorus after the bridge, it goes, instead of if you see Jordan, it goes F-U-C-K, you Jordan, you make me sick. And getting to scream that at the top of my lungs after, I know it's been years since we broke up, but seeing things in that relationship in years past and having some epiphany of things that were just so toxic and so not right, and getting to just release that was so therapeutic, and I just love live music entirely. It's like the planner community and the live music world is what's going to keep me alive in life, I swear, because it's just, it was so good. It was so good. If you don't know who Something Corporate is, give them a listen. So good. So I just had to use this art for that. And I debated forever if I was going to color block or not. And I did end up color blocking. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. This was also the week that I went in and updated my Goodreads. If I remember, I will link my Goodreads account in the description box down below. If not and you want it, just leave a comment. Like, I've been reading and listening to audiobooks and reading on my Kindle for years, but I've kind of like halfway kept up with Goodreads, halfway not. And I don't know, this day I was like, I want to see how many books I've read like as an adult that I can remember. So I went through and I inputted like a ton of books, and I ended up being at 100, which it surprised me. My mom said she thought that was on the low end, and I don't know, it just really almost also encouraged my reading to update my progress every night with how far I am in my book, getting to see other people read, the interaction of it, getting to finish a book. Just, I don't know, it's been really good. And I've asked this year Santa for a new Kindle because mine is from like 2018, 2019, and it's not bad. It's okay when I have a book downloaded. The issue is when there's no book downloaded and I have to download a new book, it takes an eternity. It's like so frustrating, and the battery will die at like 27% left. And it's just, reading the book is fine, but it also takes like 9 hours to charge. So I really hope, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting one for Christmas. Yeah. So there's that. Here's the Something Corporate poster I printed out from the show that has all the details of the opening act, where it was, when it was. Since we don't get physical copies of tickets anymore, I like to print out the tour posters. I feel like artists and stuff on their team spend so much time designing some of them, not all of them, but some of them are really well thought out and complex. So I just want to commemorate that with the tour that it was, since I do go to so many shows and I do repeat see some bands quite frequently. It's just been my way of keeping those for a bit. Hang on, I need a sip of water. Yes, and then also this week, it was the anniversary of 9/11. My mom had been staying at my house, and she left, and the second she left, I began binging The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, because it was that kind of show is not her cup of tea, but everybody was talking about it, and I love me some good trash television, and I just needed to know. I cannot wait for season 2. Also, I'm recording this voiceover on Monday, November 25th, so you're seeing this a week later, but currently there's a ton of drama going on with them online, and, give me the drama. I want to know about the drama and witness the drama from the outside. I in no way want to be involved in any drama ever. It is my worst nightmare. Here I am trying to get a hair out of my planner per usual. I swear if I ever go missing and y'all need my DNA, search my planners. I have hair stuck everywhere in these things, which sounds disgusting, but if you have long hair and you plan with your hair down, I'm sure it's happened to you too. So there's that, just in case I ever get abducted or something, which is a horrible thought. But I was just watching the, oh my God, what? JonBenet Ramsey documentary on Netflix. I just totally spaced on her name. So maybe that's where my head is at, which that was such a big case. And I mean, it still is a big case with so many mysteries. And I just hope it gets solved while her dad is still alive and he gets some peace with it all. If you don't know the case, go watch the documentary on Netflix. It's really good. There's tons of documentaries on her. If you're into true crime, I'm assuming you know who she is. She was the little child who was a beauty pageant, who was, in her parents' home in the basement, no longer alive. But yes, I don't know what else to talk about really for this week. I feel like it was a pretty standard week, nothing too crazy. As far as books go, I did finish reading the book Court, and I started the next book in the series, which was Charm. I think I talked about this before. The first 3 books in the series I loved, and then the last 2 I kind of lost me a bit. Not as good. So I don't know. If you've read them, let me know what you think. And also give me your book recommendations. Always want more of those. So moving in to this week, moving in to September 9th, the first thing I did was sleep in, and then this day my dad came to mow the lawn, and I did my workout, which was glutes and hamstrings, which was the same as it was today. And my dad ended up taking Tito home, which made me really sad. The house always feels so empty when he leaves. He is such a presence. I miss him like crazy. And then Mom and I played games on her iPad and watched Bridgerton. Moving into Tuesday, the 10th, I woke up and did my makeup, and I went to work. And while I was at work, Mom went back to her house this day. And which is always nice when she leaves while I'm at work, because then Lucy doesn't have to be alone quite as long. And also, I'm not the one leaving Lucy all by herself and has to deal with that guilt. Well, and Olivia, but I feel like Olivia is easier to leave because she doesn't sit at the door and watch you. Unless you distract, we have to distract Lucy with treats, or you get like the terrible sad face. Anyways, then I did my chest, shoulders, and triceps workout. I played Dreamlight Valley, and I watched more of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Moving into Wednesday, September 11th, it was the anniversary of 9/11, so I marked it in my planner. Then I did my voiceover and I uploaded. I played some Dreamlight Valley. I did my makeup and I went to work. And then Big Brother was on. Here's a close-up of September 9th through the 11th. Sometimes black foil just hits, almost like that no foil look. It's kind of nice sometimes. Moving into Thursday, the 12th, the first thing that went up was my plan with me, which was mindset. It was a Linear Designs kit. And then I did some planning this day. And I watched Rings of Power. I don't want to wait another 2 years for that show. That little Gladriel is from Papershire. You can get it for free in her Facebook group via her pop culture Dropbox. And then I took a nap. I woke up and I did my makeup and I went to something corporate, and then I marked that Big Brother was on. Moving into Friday the 13th. I probably realized it then too, but I'm just re-realizing it. But regardless, it was payday. I finished reading Court on my way to work. I was listening to it. Clearly, I wasn't reading a book and driving to work at the same time. I did my makeup and then I went to work. On the way home, I started listening to Charm. I did my back and biceps workout. I got McDonald's and I had a breakdown this evening, which there's been a lot of those recently. I touched on it in my last plan with me a bit. I'm not looking forward to recording the voiceover for some specific things, but we will get through it. Anyways, moving into Saturday the 14th, the first thing I did this morning was tidy up my house. Since Mom had left, I had let things get a little out of control. Then I did my glutes workout, I did my makeup, and I went to work. And then this night when I came home, I spent, I don't even know how long, updating my Goodreads. It was definitely one of those hyper fixation situations. Then Sunday the 15th, I slept in and then I watched Into the Fire. I took a nap. I did my laundry, as in I probably washed my sheets this day. And then it was NASCAR. Watkins Glen was on. I missed NASCAR so much. And then Big Brother was on as well. What a good Sunday night that was for a while, to have both NASCAR and Big Brother. My Sundays just feel so empty. I watch football occasionally, but I don't follow it, so it just doesn't hit the same. Anyways, here is the scripts I formatted myself and ordered a custom from Hannah, as well as the bottom washi, which the bottom washi says that lyric I was telling you all about earlier. I just couldn't help myself, and I know it's hard to see, but it just needed to be there. And I found this If I can find the font again, I'll link it down below, but it has kind of like music note-esque style to kind of match the theme of all this. And yeah, also something else I just remembered about this Something Corporate show is we got to hear Constantine, which is a 10-minute long song, so I just feel, you know, like all too well like a Swiftie. It was amazing to hear a song that long live, and it's a gorgeous song if you haven't listened to it. Highly recommend. If you know how to stop my phone from doing this focusy thing here now that it did since the update, let me know, because it kind of drives me crazy, but I don't know how to fix it either, because honestly, I know nothing about camera settings and video. But here's a final wiggle for you back and forth, and the final close-up that brings us to the end of this Plan With Me. I appreciate you if you made it this far. Thank you. If you haven't, hit that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out as a small-time content creator. Leave any questions down below. If you're struggling, just know my DMs are open for you on Instagram. It is RoseyPlans, just like it is here. I hope you all have a good day, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this. I look forward to seeing you in my next Plan With Me. Bye, friends!
I'm feeling alone, left in